Good evening. You're watching Left, Right and Centre. I'm Nidhi Razdan. On the show, is the Congress finally ready to bite the bullet on Telangana? The top leadership meets and says a decision will be announced soon, with all indications that a separate state is on the cards. Should a separate state be created, or will that open up a Pandora's box? We look at the ramifications of that politically explosive decision. Also tonight, our campaign on the collapse of civic infrastructure in our cities as everyone passes the buck. The question is, why isn't this an election issue? How can we make civic agencies more accountable? But first, the Congress is ready to announce a decision on Telangana soon. The top leadership of the party, called the Core Committee, met this evening, after which the Congress in charge for Andhra Pradesh, Digvijay Singh, told reporters that the process of consultation was over and now it was the time to decide. Sources have told NDTV that Sonia Gandhi has made up her mind on a separate state of Telangana and has conveyed that to the top party leadership. The question that is really now before the Congress is how to assuage the feelings of those who still want a united Andhra Pradesh. Joining us now for more on that is my colleague Sunil Prabhu. Sunil, what are you hearing from your sources? Are we now just days away from an announcement?
Well, I would suppose days, or I would really put it in months, because it's going to be it's going to be extremely cumbersome process. But as you were saying, Nidhi, the fact that Sonia Gandhi has finally taken a political call, made up her mind and got both Mr. Ghulam Nabi Azad as well as Mr. Digvijay Singh to convey it to the state leaders. The question is now of timing. How do they go about it? That's always going to be extremely difficult. When do they convene a CWC? When do they take the UPA leaders into confidence? When does the President request the Andhra Pradesh Assembly to go and give its advice on a separate state? And when does both houses of Parliament then take a call on this decision? So it's going to be a long process. It's difficult to give a timeline. There is local elections that are underway in the state of Andhra Pradesh till 31st. Mr. Ghulam Nabi Azad had said until then we will not rock the boat at this stage. They'll also wait for this decision that was conveyed to the state leadership to see the backlash, the counter reaction that will come from the Andhra as well as the Rayalaseema region to see and gauge the situation. But politically, Sonia Gandhi finally taking that huge political call of deciding for a separate state of Telangana after the December 9th statement that was made by the Home Minister. And as you rightly said, there are huge repercussions not only for the state of Andhra Pradesh but for the country as a whole.
All right, Sunil Prabhu, thanks very much for that important news update. And let's get straight into our discussion tonight. What will the ramifications of a separate state of Telangana be if that is indeed what the Congress does go ahead and announce in the next few days? What are the implications for the entire country, not just for the state of Andhra Pradesh? We have the former Cabinet Secretary, Mr. T.S.R. Subramaniam, with us. Also tonight, Mr. Keshav Rao and Mr. G. Vivekanand, both who used to be senior Congress leaders till recently and joined the Telangana Rashtra Samiti on this issue of statehood for Telangana. We also be joined by C. Ramachandraya, the Endowments Minister of Andhra Pradesh. Let me ask Mr. Vivekanand first. Sir, you're hearing now, are you hearing also now that a separate that a separate state of Telangana is now inevitable? This is something that you've been fighting for a long time. Do you believe an announcement is now inevitable?
Yeah, definitely, because when we met Mrs. Gandhi in January, we put across to her why Telangana needs to be formed. This was the commitment she made in the 2009 elections, and it was mainly the Congress leaders from Simandra who have been putting hurdles and putting counter pressures to say that there will be a backlash in Simandra. But going by reports in the recent past, the people of Simandra also are very clear that they want a clear decision on this. They want this uncertainty to end, and I am sure that both the regions will develop well and will be in the top 4-5 states in the country.
Mr. Ramachandraya, let me ask you, as a minister in the Andhra Pradesh government, can you tell us what you're hearing now? Do you believe also, and has that been conveyed to the top Andhra leadership, as we are hearing, that in fact a separate state is now inevitable?
No, its official announcement is yet to come, but there is an indication that most likely they may consider. But we, being the people hails from Rayalaseema area, we have been asking the Congress party also, there should be some basis for bifurcation of the states. Nation should have a policy, national policy. So otherwise it's very difficult, like we are opening a Pandora's box. There are similar demands in other parts of the country like Vidarbha, Gurkhaland and in various places. So there should be a reason for bifurcation. Is it backwardness or is it sentiment? So these are all the things which need to be discussed. And if it is a backwardness, bifurcation is not the solution. And if it is a sentiment, if you create states according to the sentiments, you should be ready for a creation of 1,000 states in this country.
But sir, when
So
your
I
former
think
colleague
so.
Mr. Vivekanand says that there is not going to be a backlash over this, that is exaggerated, what would you say to him today?
No, till now the people of Simandra, they were not confident that High Command is going to consider their request.